think I want to get me a new phone number.
Why?
One, because I keep getting business calls. The spam calls is bad.
Man, they're gonna be bad on any phone number, bro.
I know, man, but all right, you wasn't lying. I've never had my phone more disrespected once I got back from Colombia. Like, the spam people was on. It was like a good 2 weeks that I was just like, yo, I don't want this phone no more. It felt like.
It does feel like you go through the airport and like somebody just swiping your number.
Oh, yeah. It's like when you mess with the girl that you shouldn't have messed with and you just feel dirty the next day.
I don't know about that. Been years.
Exactly. You never forget, though.
Been years.
You never forget. The dirty one. The one who, never mind.
Gavin coming in hot.
Yeah, I just remember my old life. I did after this past week. Me and my wife love having a conversation about, like, I'm so glad I'm not dating no more. My prayers to everybody that's out there dating. I had to have the conversation in the group chat with the young boys about, like, pay equality, right? And so
what pay equality?
They was talking about how the chicks at their job, you know, how they make the same amount.
Oh, the same amount of money and want them to pay for everything? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
okay. That's where I was going.
So yeah. He was like, a couple of the boys was talking about, like, yo, we hanging out with the chicks at work. And they was like, yo, you got it. And he was like, I had to literally look at the girl at work and said, bitch, I make the same amount of money as you make. And he was like, I
got it.
Yeah.
You got it too.
Exactly. He was just like, yo, I see how women just save money. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, pay inequality might not be a bad thing, depending on.
Now you see.
This one you go too far?
There is no such thing as really pay inequality once you really dig deep into it. Yeah. I mean, there really isn't. I mean, because, you know, what you find out is that most men work more hours. Now, there's reasons why, you know, women don't work, right? Like having a kid, right?
True.
Most of the time that take women out of the workforce, you know, year and a half, sometimes 2 years.
Yeah.
That's 2 years of work experience they don't have. So, that $30 an hour job that a guy might be, you know, he might be 40 in 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. You know, for her, she's back at 30, 32.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, you have things like that. But when you talk about all things being equal from the time you're like 17, you know, probably about 32, 33, there is no, for the dating era, there's no pay inequality.
Yeah. But shout out to everybody. Prayers to everybody that's out there dating, a.k.a. Mike. Mike don't never tell me about his dating life, so I just got to assume he's dating.
No, because, I mean, I really don't date. I'm an older guy now. So, and then in my 30s, I was like, you know, committed and dedicated to one woman for like half of that time frame.
Smart man.
So even when we weren't married, you know, like that was still like, you know, that was my babe. So when I got back out there in the field, you know, it wasn't exciting, man. I was like post 35 updating. I've never expected it to be fun.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I look, I have a good time, but I never came back with just like, oh man, this is gonna be lit.
You need to do what Kanye doing.
What's Kanye doing? Just marching his wife around naked?
So we're gonna get there. Yeah. That I want to know the conversations that go on back home, and I imagine she probably doesn't do no talking.
You know what? It's probably the opposite.
What if she a robot? Has anybody heard her voice?
Here's the thing: she's probably the opposite.
Oh,
like typically when you see something that's that crazy, typically like it's not the guy. Typically it is the woman, because as a man, what man could go to his woman and say, hey, I need you to be naked and I need you to walk outside naked? Like, just think about all the guys you know, like every guy that you know.
None.
Like, how many guys could get that off?
None.
Right? Now, how many women can, you know, go out? How many women you know that want to have their titties out? Or how many women you know that has been to nude beaches? Or how many women you know that, you know, when they're around other people, right, the titties are out, right?
Yeah.
Right? You probably know a few women like that, right?
I know.
So, you know, no guys. You know, a few women.
Yeah.
And then we look at Kanye and we be like, Kanye's making her do this. I'm not saying he's not. I'm also not saying that there's not going to be a Kanye lawsuit in the future. Absolutely will be.
I told you a long time ago, you said which person from your generation gonna fall through, you know, the Bill Cosby's, the R. Kelly's, the Diddy's, and I was like, Ye is gonna be first.
Yeah.
And I gave another person, and I ain't gonna say his name because he out here suing niggas. Shout out to C Breezy.
Yeah, big up to C.
Yeah. He's
happy Grammy Day to C.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And sue them people. You can't run a smear campaign on me and think I ain't gonna let it rock.
But back to Ye though. I'm not saying Ye's a bad guy. I'm saying what I'm saying is I think low key, I think that's coming from the women. Because the same way when he was with Kim, how many decisions was Kim making that Kanye really wasn't making.
True.
And we found out. I don't think Kanye is the type of dude to be like, yeah, I think that's the irony here. And look, I know I'm known for shooting me and Bell, and this could be seen obviously as shooting Kanye Bell.
Clearly,
I'm just saying, I don't know any women that a man can make do that, right? I mean, and I know a lot of women, I know a lot of guys. Typically, when you see stuff like that happen, is coming from the lady.
Shout out to the ladies. I love y'all.
Big ups to the ladies. Y'all know I love some women, man.
Some chicks you can't stand.
Yeah, some of them I can't stand.
To start this part off right, since we back, it's only right that we start off with my boy. Hold on.
But you kiss him
Hold on.
That was worse than dating a gaslighter. Is being the gaslighter that gaslit your own self into believing that person was going to turn into something you know that person is not. You know that's a boy, but you're trying to make him into a real boy. And every time that man lie to you, you see his nose growing, but you gaslight yourself into pretending you do not see. You
don't
know
recognize
that is a
his
fraud,
voice.
but you kiss him anyway, even though you know he ain't never going to turn into a prince. I get men have
ace
gaslit
metaphor.
you in the past, but what's worse than that is when you gaslight yourself to stay in a relationship you know is doing nothing but leaching and draining and tearing you into pieces. You gaslight yourself and you pretend everything is fine. You know you ain't fine.
To all the ladies who have cussed me and Mike out about this F-boy, for the last, 2 years, I love you.
It's every last one. You know, the thing is, right? It's like we tell them, like, hey, when you find a man that's telling you everything you want to hear, it's a good chance that man is some version of abusive.
Absolutely.
It's just, it never freaking fails, right? Whether it was Derrick Jackson. And Derrick and Ace used to actually tour together, right? So, Derrick Jackson, Ace Metaphor, Yada Awakening. Like, all these guys end up being fuck boys.
Absolutely, because one of our favorite listeners, I don't think she listened no more, so I can get this off. I DM'd her. Shout out to you. You know who you are.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah. And so I DM'd her and I said, yo, why didn't you plug me in? And I'm about to ask Mike the same thing, why he ain't plug me in. Because when I was told that it was trouble in the water about this podcast, tonight's conversation, when I say I ain't laughed so hard, I was crying. So I DM'd her, and she hit me with the classic thing that the girls do.
What?
I've been on social media break.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about? Gaslighting me.
Yeah, she is definitely gaslighting you. No, they don't want to be wrong. And the funny part, because I watched all of Keita up to last week. I haven't caught this week's version of Keita. But here's the thing, right? Keita is the type of person, she's doing exactly what I would expect a Keita type person to do, which is put all your business in the street the moment y'all fall out.
Facts.
Like,
girl, get paid first.
And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's not entertaining. Right.
Facts. We love it.
But one of the problems that I do have, and this is why I keep a very, very small circle, is y'all have no loyalty.
None.
Right? Like, I get that dude might have taken some money from her. That's what she's saying.
Okay.
She did play the clip where he was offering an NDA, which is wow.
Well.
Right? Right. This is the second thing. I do not know how y'all boys mix money and pleasure together. Bro, if I'm getting money, I do not want the poop home at all.
Bro.
Give me the money.
Mike, but you know what's happening. They getting up there, everybody looking powerful. We sipping on something.
Bro, I will catch a flight. Yeah, I'll catch a flight.
Ace Metaphor, let me tell you where we messed up at. You cannot stay at the same hotels where your co-hosts and the women that you are lying to and setting up and gaslighting your damn self staying at. You cannot do that, bro.
What's crazy, though, is that they sit up here and they talk all this ridiculousness knowing that it's all BS.
Facts.
All BS.
And what's our favorite line? And Mike hate when we do this. You keep playing with the devil, he gonna play with you back.
Yeah.
So you keep getting up there on the microphones, you saying something crazy, you lying, you kicking man's back in, you simping, and I got me the greatest laugh because I be up here looking some of their videos so we can run content. And then I'm listening to Joe Budden, and Joe Budden is ready. So every time a pie breaks up, Joe Budden plays Another One Bites the Dust.
Shut up.
Every time a podcast.
So did he play that on this one?
He said I got it queued up, and he said I need a little bit more information before I play this for y'all. And so Joe, in classy, messy bitch fashion, which I love, by the way, he wants, what you say her name, Keita?
Keita, yeah.
He wants Keita. He said he don't want Trip to come up there. And he said, or he want Ace to come up there. And of course, Ace is in Melissa Ford's DMs, which is very on brand. It tracks Melissa. That's all I'm gonna
Well,
say.
yeah, I mean, right? Somebody that tells you everything you want to hear.
Oh, absolutely. So it tracks why Melissa's there, and it tracks why Ish be going to tonight's conversation stuff. But I know what's going to happen. Ace Metaphor is going to get up there on the Joe Budden podcast, and they're not going to ask him why do he pander to women by kicking black men's back down, and he gonna get up there and say some bullshit, and he gonna become bigger than what he is, which that's good for Ace. Ace, if I was you, I'd sit up in there for the first 3 episodes.
Business wise, I mean,
it's smart.
The dude was crushed it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
He learned under Derrick Jackson, left Derrick Jackson. They say the whole card thing allegedly was Derrick Jackson's idea.
That's funny.
He just didn't know how to pitch it, right? So Ace took it, he pitched it, he went to the right audience, and I get it, and it's like, look, I get it. No, nothing blows you up quicker than if you pander to black women online.
Oh,
nothing blows you up faster. So
what's faster? Pandering to black women emotions or kicking black men's back in? What gets you?
Oh goodness, kicking black men's back in.
Okay,
that's the fastest way, right? So he has the two rapid ways to ascend, right? Yeah, you put them together. And it's like, as a businessman, like he didn't leave Ohio, which I'm pretty sure is super cheap because I think he's in Dayton.
I think so. Yeah,
Dayton, Cleveland, it don't even matter. It's super cheap wherever he's at, right?
LeBron
So he didn't do the run to New York, run to LA, run to Miami, run to Atlanta. Like the dude is about his coins. And like I was listening to the clip that Keita Rose had played, and it sounded like he was offering her like $250 now and like $250 in 6 months.
Smart.
So I don't know if that's $250, which I doubt, or $250,000. I'm like, yo, Ace, there's a $500,000 secret, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's some serious coin.
Well, what happens is he has weaponized,
and we got to be careful with his name because he is copyright striking people for talking about him.
Oh, all right, bitch. I continued it this way then. So here's the thing: you coming up there, you doing all this, you sitting in front of a bunch of vulnerable black women, telling them that they're not the problem, right?
Yeah,
and you turn around and say your man is the problem, which we know that is black men. Yeah. Black women, y'all will not gaslight me into thinking that he's not talking about black men. He's just talking about men.
Well, no, because we see what happened whenever they with their preference. So, I mean, that's what it is. Dating Divide. You can go there. It ain't me. Go to the Dating Divide. I got the page number if you want it. It's not.
Pastor Mike said that.
It's not
Gavin
coming from
laughed.
me. Yeah.
And this is gonna be an immature pod because we back.
Yeah.
And so you do all that. Yeah, I gotta pay you so you shut up. Because once you ruin that for me, my next tour ain't gonna look the same. It's gonna be a lot of explaining. I'm gonna have to get up there and cry. I'm gonna have to get up there and bring some other people on. I'm gonna have to go on a tour.
Yeah.
And it's over. But if I can get you to be quiet and I can kind of let people know, like, hey, as a man, we make mistakes and we do, then maybe I can save face. Either way, bruh, good luck. I can't wait to see you on Joe's show.
I would love to see him on Joe. I would love to see Keita on Joe's show.
Yeah.
But I need Joe to ask the heavy questions, man.
He's not. And Ish likes him and Mel is his demo. So the questions are not going to get asked. And if somebody doesn't know what I mean, never mind. Let me shut up. I like Mel. Y'all be saying in the group that I be kicking her back in. And I don't. I just think her and Ish. Never mind.
No, go ahead and get it off, man. We're a micropod according to Joe anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he probably listens.
Yeah, well.
At least his EP listens.
Melissa has a problem with accountability. And I think, and it's cool because I like, and I'm going to get through this throughout this pod, a lot of stuff is performative with entertainers. And she's been in the entertainment business so much that I don't know if that's really her or her entertainment side, her performative side. So I'm just going to take it as she's a performer. Ish is super emotional and he thinks the outliers represent the 90%, which is bothersome. But here's the thing. I watched the show for both of them. Remember how we used to talk about Carrie from Homeland?
Yeah.
Joe is so smart that he got two people that I always complain about every week, but I haven't stopped watching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think that's part of it, right? Is the person that you don't like.
Absolutely.
Like, what would Homeland be without Carrie? Like, you constantly want
one
to
season
choke her out, right?
Absolutely.
Like,
one season.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what would she be without it? So it's like, no, that's part of it.
In closing, Ice, don't be there for that show, bro. You better than it. I'm gonna let that rock. And Flip, don't go there. We got to limit Flip to 3 questions. I want to welcome everybody to the Black Dads Club. Hold on, let me play this drop. What that shit at? We ain't been here so long.
Mike Will. Probably asked the hard
Gavin
question.
Welcome to service. Sit down. The Black Dads Club. What the hell is the point of this podcast? Let's do it like that.
If you are a black male and you're in a jam, hit me up. I'll get you out.
Trying to save black men.
We give black men a place to be seen. place to be heard.
Sometimes I gotta push back because be lying.
They do, but so do women. So that's what makes the pod cool.
Strap in. It's about to be fun.
Now let's begin.
I want to welcome everybody to episode 168 of the Black Dads Club. That is your host over there, Pastor Mike Will. I am your co-host, Gavin B. It was funny when I was talking to Ashley yesterday. She was like, you know what? I like that y'all listened to my suggestions. She said, you know, it was a couple of episodes where Mike just was not talking into the mic, pause. And she said, I DM Mike. I said, hey, you messing up my car ride. She said, Mike ain't messed up since. And I was like, that's what's up.
Hey, man, we appreciate the feedback, you know, whether it's good feedback, even when y'all hate, right? Gal told me I need to dress up more for the pod. So guess what?
Absolutely.
I'll dress up more for the pod, man.
Thank God.
Yeah, you know, so it's like, no, we take the feedback.
And you know what made me mad about you, the way you be dressing? When I first met you, you had on shit I could not pronounce or afford.
Yeah, that's when I was rich and self-employed.
I was just like, yo,
I'm poor
might
now.
be coming up in here like
One of the poors.
one of the poor. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? I'm like, what is Mike doing?
Yeah, one of the poors.
I was just, but you know what? We gonna be there. Once y'all start donating, then his wardrobe gonna change. Donations. Look,
Yeah. And I'm gonna drop this weight. We're
absolutely.
gonna have a new title sponsor here soon.
Soon. Come on now. Uh-oh. As I introduce the next sponsor. This is brought to you by NoGrease
He's still
Barbershop
gonna be
Premium.
here. We're gonna have both.
Shout out to Ed, man. Ed be on my ass too. I gotta send you that doc. Ed.
Everything that's gonna be black male centric, man. We're gonna have all that here. Like, shout out to our audience, man. 85% black males, man. Big
Absolutely.
ups to y'all, man.
Big ups to y'all. Y'all stay safe out here. Stuff is getting crazy.
Yeah, especially coming up on Valentine's Day.
Shout out to Valentine's Day. Dad tip of the week. I want everybody, especially when you're in Charlotte, find something nice to do with your lady. Take her somewhere. I do want to shout out. Hold on, because they're gonna be like, what's going on here?
What are you doing for the lady on Valentine's Day? Y'all doing dinner?
Don't be trying to spend my money. Fortunately or unfortunately, my girl supposed to be going out of town. And I got to work that weekend.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, however you want to see it. But yeah, she supposed to be out of town. So you know what she gonna do. She gonna make me take her out before that. But you know, me and her, we've been doing this for too long. You know what I'm saying? And when I say it like that,
gotta keep the spark going.
Gotta keep the fire going because somebody will scoop in and get your girl.
Okay, so question. What romantic thing is she doing for you on Valentine's?
I don't know. You have to ask her. Mike is not gonna get me to kick my girl back in this early in the pod. What is she going? She's gonna take me to Note Accord Perfume. Fellas, please sign up. Take your girl to Note Accord Perfume. It's where you could actually go in. You could do private classes.
Yeah.
And you and your girl can create scents, like perfume scents. And I think that's
like that.
super dope. And it's super romantic. Fellas, like look them up on Instagram, check them out. I love the idea. I actually want to reach out to them and see if we could do like a group thing.
That'd actually be pretty dope. You should check that out. And if y'all want to be a part of it, y'all should hit us up in DMs.
Yeah, let's do that. Note and Perfume, Note and Accord. Please, I'm reaching out soon, so please let me know because I would like to get some people
and
together.
then finish up the night with some cigars.
There we go. See?
Yeah,
There we go. But what am I doing? Probably Del Frisco's. Well, never mind. We're gonna have Lil Man with us, so we're gonna have to figure that out.
You still gotta take him to Del Frisco. I'm pretty sure he wants some Del Frisco's. You got it, big money.
Nah, I don't. That's what I don't have. The first time my dad ever took me to a nice restaurant was probably on a cruise, but I was still like 8. And that was the first time where I didn't understand. That's the first time they gave me quail, and I was like, why is it a bird on my plate? And I was like, I didn't get it. Because as a kid, you don't see chicken as a bird.
Yeah.
You
chicken
just
is chicken.
So when I see quail, and they was like, oh, it's a bird. I'm like, why am I eating this? It's like, but it was good though. Shout out to all the quails.
Quails are good.
Last Sunday was the Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
Today is Tuesday.
Yep.
And typically, let me put it like this. Before Elon, so pre-Elon, what is it, BE? Before Elon?
Before Elon, yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Twitter was the perfect place to be at for any award show.
Yeah.
You found out stuff as it happened. You got to put your opinion in there, and there was a chance that you can go viral.
Yeah, I don't think anything trended Sunday from the Grammys.
Nah, because
Elon, he's a jerk.
You said certain places that certain businesses and people have just ruined their image.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I saw that tweet.
Yeah, since 2014, man. Like, yeah, I don't think women and Elon have ruined their image on Twitter more than anything. Women could do no wrong before Twitter, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we thought women were angels, and then like we found out that it's like diet sex work. Like the same way boys want to be drug dealers, women want to be a pretty woman.
Look, and so
and Elon we thought was a genius, and he just turns out to be, gosh, this dude.
You can't even say that word. Well, they bringing it back, but
yeah, they bringing a lot of words back for them. We're not really allowed to bring our words back yet.
Yeah, some chick in the the Joe Budden podcast, like in the group, she called me the R word and just dipped. She blocked me, and the only thing I said was, what did I say? Women's intuition always works until it's time to pick out her baby daddy. I think that's what I said. And she called me the R word. Was it fair? I don't know. But I didn't even get to respond back. I was just like, sis, like whatever. Yeah. Kanye West. He put a net over his girl and then trotted her out to the war show.
Net. I don't even know what that was.
I didn't even know if it was real at first. I thought it was fake.
I thought it was too. Like when I first saw it, I was just like, because I am sort of sick of the AI stuff. So I was just like, man, Kanye didn't do this. And again, back to the beginning of the episode, I don't think Kanye's doing this. I think these are her ideas.
Yeah, because it was weird. And then y'all walked it, and then y'all went and got straight back in the car and left.
Yeah, like how serious her face is. I think this is her. I think Ye is along for the ride. I think she is making the decision. Kanye's going along with it.
Bro, I'm just, for all intents and purposes, Beyonce has the most Grammys. And I tell everybody, if Kanye would have stayed on course, he had his blown out the water.
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, gosh, man. Like, yeah, Kanye discography. I mean, even still, I mean, it's great. I mean, he hasn't made music in what, 4 years?
Yeah.
Now? 5?
Well, the last 2 years, he been putting out them projects with Ty Dolla, but like a solo, like by himself, it's been a minute. But
yeah.
He could have, but they never gonna give him the award. He do too much.
He was, which is crazy to say, right? He was like a hip hop Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that was him. Like we was like, are we witnessing the rebirth of, the largest artist of all time?
Yeah.
And then he just went.
Yeah.
He just lost his mind.
Moms and his mind.
Yeah, lost his moms, and lost his mind.
At the same time. Next thing I saw, Babyface.
That was wild.
I text Mike immediately, said this pissed me off. For those who do not know, Babyface was talking to the Associated Press, and they were asking him about women, women empowerment, kind of like in
like women are coming up in R&B. What do they think?
What's his opinion?
Yeah.
And as soon as he got 2 sentences in, what's her name? Chapel Rose, the girl who wore the KKK hat at the award show.
Did she really?
He looked like one to me.
Oh.
Like, you didn't see that hat? That yellow?
I did not. I do not watch award shows.
Oh, let me show it to you. What? How do we fix this so this doesn't happen again with Babyface?
I mean, it's one of those things with the younger generation. I don't think that they're really taught, like, who are the people that are really important in your industry. Like, I'm not even talking about, like, who the founders and who are the people that started. It was a point in life where you had to know if somebody was important. And if you didn't know who was important, you had to treat everybody as if they was important. And this new generation, I don't think they understand, right, that like Babyface is one of the biggest names in music. Like, period, right? And I'm not just talking about as an artist. Like, I mean, albums, running labels, the background, right? Yes. Babyface is probably still collecting tens of millions of dollars
that he stole from TLC.
In royalties, stole from it could be for everybody, right? Plus what, the songs he wrote. I mean, the dude actually wrote women's albums. So for her question about women empowerment, there would not have been a more important male to have that conversation with than the guy that has actually written women's platinum albums. So like Babyface have wrote for women. Like, so
that, and then you lucky that it was Babyface who takes everything with grace and honor. This is the problem I have.
I don't know. That apology came out pretty quick. I think somebody kind of let her know real quick that, like, hey, that wasn't just a regular black singer.
Facts. Well, but think about it. We know Babyface. He has the baby face.
Yeah.
He has a softer voice, and he's always just been very slow spoken, chill. And so when he goes, "Oh wait, you want to speak to her?" Okay. And he steps aside and leaves.
Yeah.
Some other people, if Kanye was there, that doesn't go down.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I say that to say, like, you lucky. And for me, it's like black men keep getting disrespected on big platforms. And it was disgusting to me because I'm like, yo, wait a second. This is some young shit. This is some white shit. This is some shit where it's like we have these white publications just sitting there saying, all right, let's go through the cue card. Wait a second, that's a girl. And here's the thing. I know her name ain't Chapel Rose. I can't think of her name. She wore the KKK hat. she was a big deal that day, right? She's a big deal. She's winning awards. She's on the come up. She's doing her thing. And I understand you do need to talk to her. But somebody, you have to know how to end the conversation with Babyface quickly. Thank you, Babyface. It's a pleasure. And let him go versus saying, nope, you don't get to answer the question I just asked you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get this person behind you.
And it's like
it was disrespectful. And the thing was, it wasn't just disrespectful because she didn't know who Babyface was. It was disrespectful because of how she viewed Babyface, right? As a older black man. Like, oh, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
And then she fucked around and found out, right?
Yeah. Chaperone. That's her name.
Yeah.
Who else on my list? I already talked about that. Billie Eilish. Let me tell you something. Stop crying, sis. I'm getting tired of seeing Billie Eilish always up there tearing up. Her eyes, like, first of all, I could tell she either high or drunk. Second of all, Billie Eilish, I don't know if y'all listen to her. Her music is fire. I ain't gonna lie.
I might know a song, but yeah, I can't say.
I mean, you don't have to keep dressing up like Travis Barker anymore, but if that's the way you want to dress, do your thing, sis. The music be fire, so I don't never care. Billionaires asking people to donate money is always, when billionaires keep asking the poorest for money, I would never not find that funny.
No, it's hilarious, but that's what's more American than that.
Facts.
Right? You like that is like even right now with our country, right? With the whole tariff thing.
Yeah.
Like, dude, tariffs is them taxing us, the American people. I can't believe y'all missed 5th grade social studies.
Yeah.
Because tariffs used to be a big thing on steel, right? So when foreign steel would come in, and this might have been propaganda, they were like, oh, foreign steel isn't good as American steel. So
that's Chaperone, that hat she wore at the Grammys.
yeah, that actually does look like a Klan's hat. You actually have a solid point there. But like the tariffs was to raise the price on the outside steel so they'd buy American steel. So like we pay that price. And it's funny, I probably will create a reel later on today because in the Wall Street Journal, one of the manufacturing companies was saying like, hey, in anticipation of tariffs, we're going to start like adjusting prices, right? So I hope I hope everybody don't think that mean that they're going to lower prices. They mean they're going to raise prices. And if the tariffs don't happen, they're going to have record profits again.
Facts.
So it's, again.
I love America.
It's so like billionaires. I mean, this is where we're at now, right? We're full on into a tenocracy, an oligarchy. We have reached the end of an era, and we're at the beginning of a new era. And the right is going to be the majority now. The minority is the left.
Interesting. Another thing that I was up there crying about, Gale King. You entertainers are piss poor people. And Mike told me a year ago, stop thinking that entertainers are morally right people.
Years ago.
And I'm like,
not good people.
I'm like, maybe not. Yeah. Then I started working at a hotel where you see them all the time. And then you're just like, they are pieces of shit and lame.
Yeah.
Right. And then you watch stuff. I hate when you guys are recording yourself to witness something. So Gale King has her assistant or whoever sitting beside her recording her to react to whoever wins the album of the year, which we know now is Beyonce.
Yeah.
As soon as Beyonce wins, Gale King then stands up and starts walking towards the stage, trying to cut through. People are looking at her like, what are you doing? First of all, Gale King, you ain't big enough to be doing this. Now, you're big because you are bigger than everybody. You're bigger than us, but you at a show and you sitting down there and you are where you're positioned at. They don't position you there so you can go pull a little mama and try to get on stage. And I just thought it was very performative. And I'm like, yo, this is why I can't take entertainers seriously ever.
Lemonade was a better album than this Beyonce album. I am not picking a fight with the Bayhive, by the way. I'm 100%.
Yeah, we are not. I'm definitely not. I'm not going to say nothing.
Not picking. Lemonade was the album of the year.
It's a lot of albums. Beyonce should have won this award by then.
Yes, yeah. Like this kind of felt like our bad.
Well, to be fair, I have to find the episode, but you said on the past episode, I bet you she win album of the year for this because she ain't doing black music. Well, you said R&B music.
R&B music, yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't shocked when I woke up the next morning. I did a clap for her. I mean, I'm happy for her.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I feel bad for her because
I'm not mad at Beyonce and Ye. I mean, Beyonce and Jay.
Let me do this. Yo, if your husband is who your husband is, husbands, this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, these are my people. Like Beyonce and Jay-Z are my people.
They are.
Not like my real people.
And
like
I don't know what's going on.
That I pull for.
I don't know what's going on with white America. because Yahoo did it the next day.
What do you mean you don't know what's going on? Did you miss like the whole second half of the year? 2024. What you mean?
They are going out their way to point out that Beyonce, Jay-Z caped for Beyonce to get this award. Well, duh.
Yeah, that's what your husband's supposed to do.
Yeah, that if this was my wife and y'all keep kicking her back in and making her show up to these award shows, it's a reason why Kanye said 10 years ago, he said, they make you go on all these press runs, go to all these, award show that ain't got nothing to do with the award show. You have to perform for certain people and performing their kids at certain celebrations.
Basically like birthdays and stuff.
Yeah,
man.
he was like you got to do this. And then they make you show up.
Killer Mike spoke about that.
Yeah. And Ye said they make you go up here. They make you perform. They selling ad spaces that you going to come here perform just for you to sit there and say, oh, you get no awards because you didn't do enough. And he was like, it's BS. So I know Jay and Beyonce, what's the running joke now? They ain't here yet.
Yeah.
They come in, we hope.
Yeah.
So it does get to a point like, bro, we're not coming no more. Like, whatever. And also, shout out to Blue Ivy being there. I thought it was beautiful. I love seeing her. She looks just like her mom and dad split down the middle.
Yeah.
So it's always dope. To my favorite part of the show. I wish I had a broom. It used to be in this studio somewhere. Shout out to my boy K-Dot, to Kendrick Duckworth Lamar, or is it Lamar Duckworth? Yeah, Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. The city loves you. We love you. I love you. It was amazing seeing you there. I didn't even see you there because I went to sleep. When I woke up, me and my son, we celebrated. We played Squabble Up and TV Off in your honor. We won it all. This is becoming the greatest diss song of all time.
It's getting up there.
It is climbing up there. It's in my top 5 for sure.
It's easily a top 5 diss song.
And come on, man, we won. How you feel about us winning?
No, I mean,
me and Kendrick won. How do you feel?
Look, y'all know I'm not a Kendrick fan musically, but Kendrick as a man, I like the guy.
Can you tell us congratulations?
Yeah. No, congratulations, Kendrick, man. Like he's what? How many Grammys he done won now?
It got to be in the 20s.
20s, right?
Yeah.
Is that a lot? I mean, that sounds like a lot. So no,
Drake got 4.
Yeah, Drake got more than 4 Grammys. He doesn't have more than 4 Grammys.
He only got 4.
No, they hate Drake.
They do hate Drake.
No wonder they been kicking his back. The dude has like 400 charted songs.
He only had 4 Grammys.
That is insane.
But it's a reason why Drake only has 4. When Lil Wayne didn't win like album of the year is when Drake and Nicki first got on whatever.
Yeah.
And Lil Wayne was like, I'm not coming back to the Grammys. And Drake and Nicki went on stage and like kicked the Grammys back in. But they young artists at that time.
Yeah.
And they said,
then that makes sense.
Yeah. So, and I know everybody's like, how does this happen? That's why Nicki don't have a rap album of the year award, right? Drake don't have an album of the year award.
That is petty, man.
Well,
that is petty.
You can't come in and kick my brand in and think we're going to turn around and give you an award.
Also true.
And which brings up the point of, when do you look at your boy and say, all right, maybe I say nothing. Like, do I have to kick the Grammys back in?
You know what? I mean, I think you can apply that say nothing to a lot of places, right? When K-Dot made the song with Future, right? Where are we at right now if Drake says nothing?
Facts.
Right?
Just another
like you know what I'm saying? Like look at K-Dot's trajectory since dropping that song with Future and Drake responding. Right?
Yeah.
This is a good lesson today in sometimes it's better to just say nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, Kendrick told him don't take it here. If you take it further, so
it was an opportunity. If Drake doesn't say that, Drake's still who he is, and Kendrick would still be, who he was, right? And still upset that you are crushing in what he thinks is his space.
See, this one might go on the deep end about saying some shit.
No, I mean that's how Kendrick feels. Kendrick feels that Drake is a visitor, right?
Oh yeah, I mean we all think that. But y'all just scared.
No, Drake has not been a visitor.
Shout out to Drake's dad outside of the Grammys. They rode up on him and he's like, yo, don't bring that shit over here.
Yeah, exactly. He's doing what you're supposed to say.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
too old for that.
Congratulations to the leaks. We went to Cancun. Such an amazing, beautiful time.
So, and the leaks, for anybody that's wondering, like, we're not talking about like photo leaks. This is one of Gavin's friends. He's definitely making it sound like there's leaks coming from the Grammys right now.
Look, no, shout out to RyAnne and Ann. We love you. To be fair, RyAnne thinks that Mike is always right on this pod.
Definitely one of my favorite listeners by far.
Oh my gosh, a terrible guy.
Definitely
Two terrible guys, friends. But it was a fun. Yo, we went to Cancun. Such an amazing, beautiful thing. You know what? I told RyAnne this. I told RyAnne this on the way back home. I shot him a text, and I feel like this. It's amazing when you go to somebody else's wedding and you just witness how loved they are from everybody.
Yeah. No, it looked like a great time.
Oh, it was an amazing
it looked
time.
like a really great time.
Beautiful resort.
Yeah.
I was so mad because the first night I was there, I was so drunk. And we went to a restaurant, and it was on like this how it was an exclusive restaurant. It was only like 7 tables in there.
Yeah.
You got my drunk ass at one of them. And they brought me a tomahawk. I swear this shit had an ankle bracelet to chain it up to like the little pole that was stuck on.
Yeah.
And I was in there, and I wanted so bad to take a picture of this tomahawk. It was that big. Pause. An amazing time, man. Amazing time. It didn't start off good. I think I'm done going to Cancun. I think I'm done. I think I'm
go across the bay, man. Playa is nice.
No. They stole my photo equipment, my podcast equipment.
You talk about either at the airport. Yeah, that is wild.
For those who not know, and I'm gonna do a whole video on this to be official with it. If you go to Cancun and you got any because of where our countries is, and this is what people don't understand. I remember when me and Ez tried to go to Brazil and we didn't have our visa, and the lady told us there, she was Brazilian. She said, the countries are fighting with each other.
Yeah.
And because of this, we making it hard for y'all to get over here.
Nope.
And I say that to say, you could take your ass to these countries that Trump is pissing off all you want. Be careful.
Yeah. Pay attention to the news these days, man. I definitely be paying attention. I'm like, yo, I don't really want to go somewhere and get dealt with or mess with.
Absolutely.
By customs, by border control. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't really want to deal
because
with that.
For those who don't know, I go in there. They take my wife who speaks Spanish away. They let her go through. You look good. One of the other people, they told them to go through. Like so all the black dudes, all of us are sitting there. And so long story short, because I'm gonna make a long video about this. We in there, they go through my bags, they look at my cameras, my lenses, they said, this is good. They asked me, what is this? And Lord and behold, what is it? It's a podcast mixer and it's some microphones. And we sitting there because I have this cool idea. RyAnne wanted to do it. All the boys wanted to do it, excuse me. They said, yo, let's do a little pod here.
Yeah. And
I'm like, all right. So I bring the shit. And the dude told me, he started off by telling me everything, the podcast stuff was worth $1,600. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It didn't cost that. All right. It didn't cost $1,000, right?
You had to negotiate, man. You had to be like, man, this is worth $300.
When I got done talking, and the only thing I did was ask questions because I couldn't understand his English. By the time we got done, he told me it was worth $7,800.
Good Lord. No, you were doing bad. Terrible negotiating.
I told you I can't do the money when it comes to this podcast for a reason. I told this nigga to keep it. I was like, I can't do nothing. I told him, I was like, I cannot pay for that.
Yeah.
And he was like, he snatched that shit up, handed me my passport and said, walk out. And I was just like, what are we doing here? And then what made it crazier is
it's only $300. They had to, man. You just had to pull out your iPhone, man. He couldn't understand you. You messed up.
I messed up. And so he took it, and I was sitting there looking crazy. I'm glad it happened on the first day because, mind you,
I'm glad he didn't take the cameras.
Yeah. I would have had to find the money for that.
No, you get in a fight. Like, I got to go back home.
Yeah. And it was just a tough situation,
I gotta
bro.
Drop this off and come back.
Bro, it was just a tough situation where I was just like, yo, y'all doing too much. And it was bad because the other custom agent looked at me and said, I'm sorry. I was trying to give you a deal. And I looked at him and I said, it shouldn't be you giving me a deal. It should be a price, and that's the price.
Yeah, said, if you come in to visit, especially, look, bro, you're not the first vlogger to come through the Cancun airport, right?
Facts.
So it's like, for one, all right, there's a hustle that's going on.
Facts.
But for two, man, if people not expecting the hustle, bro, like give me the right price.
Facts.
Give me the $500 price. Like, what's the taxes on $500? Probably would have been what, $100?
Probably.
Yeah, and you probably would have paid it and kept it moving.
And here's the thing. This is what I want people to know, especially creators, because when I make the video, this is what I'm gonna talk about. Like, it's one thing for you to go there and take business for their country. So if I'm a wedding photographer and I go there, I'm taking business from another wedding photographer that's probably Mexican, that's paying taxes, X, Y, and Z. I'm never going to do none of that, right? Cool. I understand you want to tax me on that. They asked me what it was. I said, it's a podcast mixer. They saw my tux. My boys was with me. So they see all of us had the same tux. I said, oh.
Were these your check bags?
Yeah, it was my check bag too.
Damn.
And so he was just like, nah. And by the time he got done, like he said, he was like, it's $7,800. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
And what are we doing here?
Come on, Mexico. You can't do that, man. Like, Mexico City's on my short list of places to live.
Oh, gosh.
Like,
I think I'm done with Cancun, especially. I might go to Cabo. There a little bit still more whitewash down there. And then we'll figure it out. I did almost get my ass whooped in the pool. I was talking to some white girl from Canada. And this is why I love black women. Because the two sisters, shout out to Rebecca and Autumn, they rode up on me. And black women would do a distract and talk to you move. So one of them got the white girl, and I think Autumn leaned me down and said, get your black ass out of this pool with this white girl before you get your ass whooped. And I said, okay.
She's trying to rescue you, man, from
death.
yourself. You done had too much to drink.
Oh, I had too much drink. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I almost fell getting in the pool with my black dad's hat on, but it made it. But it was a fun time, man. And then shout out to the Canadians. They just think that shit is just sweet in America.
I don't know. I think right now they kind of understanding that, what we up against.
Absolutely.
What we up against.
I was going to ask Mike, well, you know what? How do we do this? How much disrespect can you let your woman suffer from before you have to step in?
No, you step in.
And it's from another woman though.
Yeah. Another woman.
I ain't talking about men. That's too easy.
Yeah.
Let's say a girl pulls up on your woman. She's talking. You not for sure. Then you figure out it's disrespect. How long do you let your girl try to figure it out before you say, you know what? It's over.
Yeah, I mean, you can step in fairly quickly. I mean, as a man, you should be able to always be able to bring the temperature down. So, you could always just step in and just be like, what y'all ladies talking about? Leave my woman alone.
What if a threesome is in the horizon?
Has my woman agreed to that already?
I don't know. That's what you got to
Like my woman has not agreed to it. She got to go because she about to cause me problems in my home.
Yeah, then I can't get laid.
Exactly. Like, no, we gotta stop that immediately.
Yo, I wanna. I'm so grateful and I feel blessed that everybody from the wedding made it home. We was all traveling home that day, and the day I traveled home, not everybody made it. That's when the DC situation happened with the Black Hawk.
On the same day.
Same day. And actually, RyAnne, not the groom, but one of the groomsmen, he was actually flying into Reagan. And he had to get rerouted. He was the one who told us. We knew it wasn't even, when you Googled it, it wasn't even on Google, on Twitter. He was just like, yo, apparently a plane hit a helicopter or something. So I'm thinking like maybe it hit it on the way in.
Yeah.
Not what happened. And I do want to send my prayers out to Nathan, a guy who I went to elementary school with. I've been on podcasts with him in the past. He lost his wife there, and it was super sad, and I couldn't imagine what you're going through, but I do want to let you know I'm praying for you. Yeah,
the flight crew, I think they said it was from Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah. And it was a couple of people, some of the people on there was from Charlotte. And that's so sad, man. Like, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard, right? Like, I mean, when you fly, like I used to hate flying. Like I could kind of manage it now, but like when I first started, like I hated flying. So when you see stuff like this, you still have to remind yourself this is the safest way to travel. It was a freak accident. Yeah. So sad for, everybody that's involved.
Yeah. It's super sad. I wish we had a president that was compassionate, but
we don't have a compassionate president.
First thing my man say, he's not, hey, I'm sorry, prayers. It's, yo, DEI hires. That is crazy.
The irony behind the whole DEI hires is that it's not black people. And again, and this is why I really tell black folks to just stand back and just start letting this stuff happen. It's because like it's not there's no benefits from most of the plans or programs that was placed in this country. Right, like affirmative action end up being for white women, immigrants, disabilities, right? Like that's what affirmative action end up being for. All great ideas, by the way, right? None of those things do I think are bad, but it was but affirmative action was to catch up, people that were suffering from the apartheid. Like that's what it was meant for, and it's not what you've gotten, right? And it's the same thing when it comes to admissions, right? They keep positioning like, oh, in admissions, black kids are taking more, and it's like, yo, our numbers are still the same, right?
Yeah.
Everybody else's numbers are fluctuating. So it's like at some point, as blacks, we do have to unify and in the diaspora and say, all right, if we're going to receive a benefit, it needs to be just for us, right? And then you can say, well, now blacks are getting it, right? Because here's the thing, right? If you walk into as a black person that gets promoted, you walk into any job, and if you walk in there and you see another black person there, no black person looks at the other black person. Right, not two African Americans, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe a Nigerian and African American might, but not two African Americans. Like when you look at that, you be like, "Yo, I know they're really good at what they do."
No, you qualify
because I know what it took to get here,
Facts.
Right? Versus, I think a lot of problems is when you deal with actual people who are actual DEI hires, right?
Yeah,
because their dad knew the vice president and they got the job. So when they get there and they be like, "Well, who do you know?" And you be like, I don't know anybody.
Yeah,
right?
I just got here.
Yeah, so they think that you got it because of DEI, and the truth is, I got it because I was that guy. I was that dude.
Facts.
You got it because your dad knew the VP of the company.
Facts.
So you think, well, damn, if he don't know anybody, how did he get this job? It never dawns on them that I'm that good.
Yeah, it's disgusting, man. And you know what? And we're gonna get on Stephen A. He talking about he want to run for some shit. And it is one of them things. I did get a laugh over. I've been laughing so much in the last 2 weeks since we ain't recorded. I was laughing at Gavin Newsom pulling up on Trump, pointing his finger. I don't know what the DNC about to pull off.
The DNC is done. It's a minority party now. And because here's the thing, right? Everybody like to say that the right has went farther to the right. The right has not been farther to the right, right? During the 80s, they were running campaigns, using the dog whistle, right?
Yeah.
Prior to that, you literally was trying to end an apartheid, right? They're not further to the right. They're right where they've always been.
Hey, well, they want to release them MLK docs. What y'all gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, but they keep trying to run that out there. Like, we don't care, right?
We don't.
Yeah, you guys like a dude that stole from his casino, bankrupt however many companies, had sex with a porn star, lied about it under oath, right? Like, that was y'all guy. If MLK got his dick sucked, we don't care, bro.
I don't. And I mean, what are you supposed to?
We do not care. But the DNC, they keep letting the far right, convince them of morality politics.
Oh yeah, I love
right.
That.
They doubled down on identity politics, and you're not going to win any elections in the DNC if you don't. All right, let's just go off the numbers. All right.
Okay.
In the Republican Party, 85% of the people that vote Republican are white. Right. In the Democratic Party, 65% of everybody that vote Democrat is white. All right. So if you say, all right, what's the largest voting block of the Democratic Party? It's going to be white people.
Absolutely.
Right? So if you take that 65%, right? Like what percentage you think are men, right? Half basically, right?
Hopefully.
So 32%, right? 30. So if you go to 32% of men and you run agendas that they don't care about and they don't show up at your elections, you're not going to win. I don't know what part of, hey, why don't you make sure that you include heteronormative white males in your party politics?
Yeah, well, they don't want to.
They don't want to, and that's why they are the minority party now. Because I really think that white males, if they don't see a place for themselves in the DNC, they don't lose anything by voting Republican.
They don't.
They don't lose anything.
And then they make their women go over there.
Yeah, so it's like you are really about to become the minority party. So it's like what would a white male lose if Trump comes in and say, yeah, we're getting rid of DEI, right? What is that guy that typically says, hey, I want to try to do more for people that have that are less advantaged than me, right? Mm-hmm. What do he lose when you take that program away?
He just get more opportunities.
He gets more opportunities, so it's like
facts. Nah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I see it, and I don't know what the DNC gonna do. I mean, I was talking to somebody, and I was like, "Yo, they should have ran Gavin. Cool, he didn't." I was like, "They might run him again." They were just like, "I don't even fucking know at this point."
I think they're done. I personally, after watching the DNC try to elect the chair and like just seeing highlights of that, I said I'm not voting in another federal election. I'm only voting in local elections. So, my local elections, my House reps, I'll vote for. Mm-hmm. But United States Senator and President, I don't care anymore because the DNC doesn't care anymore.
They don't. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know. Well, I know what happened. They keep letting white women keep playing with them about feminism, and they thinking that. And you know what my biggest problem is? Black people need to stop thinking that we're bigger than what we are.
Yeah.
That's one problem.
Well,
That's
very
one problem
small
with us.
subset in this country.
Yo, we ain't moved from being 13% of this country, which is crazy to think about.
Insane.
Everybody else is growing, right?
Yeah.
And we haven't moved from that. And then you turn around. So we start thinking our voice is bigger than what it is. And I'm not mad at that because you got to think about power, but we also got to be, you got to be in reality at the same time.
Yeah.
So when you go there and it's like, all right, you doing all this yelling, screaming, talking, fussing. And then it's like, all right, well, there go the other 13. What we going to do about the other 83?
Dude,
right?
What's funny is when they showed all the highlights from all the people that was running up there on stage talking about vote for me, they DEI'd the shit at the end.
Yeah.
Like that's the hilarious part.
Bro.
Like after they put all the performative, groups on stage, women on stage, blacks on stage, and they were like, okay, we're gonna take the washed up progressive from Minnesota white guy and a young white guy from Florida. Like,
yeah, bro.
They literally, and I'm like, yo, I am not mad that you chose two white guys, DSC, but you chose like the two most emasculated white guys you could possibly choose.
Bro, I already know what's going down, and then I can't wait to next election because I do want to see what they gonna pull out. Because I'm sorry, black women, no disrespect, white women have been playing in y'all faces in the name of feminism for like the last 200 years,
Man,
whatever.
We done tried to tell them over and over and over again.
And so they gave y'all an election to say, all right, y'all do it then. And it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because now it's like they're not going to go to black women for help this next election. For the simple fact is like y'all represent the small. Now that the Hispanics have, their numbers is bigger than black people, it's going to be interesting.
But and this is the thing, you've pushed out
black men.
Like you've pushed out you've pushed out the voice that everybody kind of listen to because that guy typically comes in and is fair for everybody.
Bro, and then you got Trump up here. And let me tell you something, and I'm going to give Trump this, and I hate to do this, but when he got up there and said, yo, we was losing an election and my son came to me and said, nah, this is where you need to go. He was like, I had no intentions on going on no podcast. And my son said, no, you should go here. Go get your shit off here with Joe Rogan. Go get your shit here with Aiden Ross, who's hanging out with Drake, right?
But he says what they want to hear.
Facts.
And what the DNC doesn't understand is you keep saying things that people don't care to hear, right? It doesn't mean they hate it. They don't care to hear it, right? So we talked about 65% of the Democrats are, white, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say 32% are men, right? Like, so let's say out of 100 people, there's 32 men there, right? Out of those 32 men, how many of them you think are married to a black woman, right? You just had to imagine, right? Out of 32 men, how many of those white men will be married to a black woman?
3 max.
Yeah, 3 max, right? And that's too much because that's 10%.
I know,
right? So it's actually
nice.
So it's actually 1%, right? So actually, out of that 32 men, none, right?
Yeah.
How many of those 32 men are gay, right? Out of the 32,
maybe 5 max.
Yeah, maybe 5.
I'm
right?
giving max numbers here.
Yeah, which would be like the younger generation, right? So it's like so. You're still like, no matter what, if you took every individualized and specialized number, right? You took the 5 gay guys, you took the one guy that's married to a sister. I don't know what else do the far right likes to do, right? Like whatever it is, right? Whatever progressive initiative, right? You take those 3 guys, right? So out of 32 guys, you might have 10 guys that rocks with what you rock with, right? The other 22 might not rock with it at all. Hey, I got a better question for you. Out of those 32 guys, how many of them might not be racist but don't really give a damn about racism? Right? Might not be racist, but like, you know what? If I see it, I
all of them.
There you go. There you go. So when you try to present the other side as racist, and then your massive voting block is like, well, I'm not racist, but if I see it don't really affect me,
It's
right?
cool. I mean, I get what he was saying.
Yeah, I get what he was saying. So it's like, yo, you can't do things to push those guys away until you get the numbers to where they don't matter anymore. And that's not happening anytime soon in the United States, especially when they fix birthright to citizenship.
Oh my god.
And they are going to fix it.
They are.
So
good luck.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. We're going to go past this quick. The Diddy doc on HBO is better than the one I told y'all to watch on Peacock, even though it's different, but it's the same. I will say this. Because I do want to be immature here. I do want to be fair in my maturity level. The mature thing is, A, Diddy is done. B, I don't know how he gets a fair trial.
Yeah.
Because they haven't started the trial, right?
Yeah.
And these docs are, this is not even the Netflix doc. I was watching this HBO doc was actually, they edited it up and put it on YouTube TV.
Wow.
So this is about to be everywhere. And it's going to be, when we start asking those questions, have you read up on this story? Have you heard of this? I don't know how he gets a fair trial.
He's gonna pay off to get a pardon. He'll serve. He got 3.5 more years to go.
Yeah, there you go. My immature take. Some of you niggas was down with this shit. And I ain't talking about the because they don't, only one dude had to have sex with somebody. Diddy was doing some foul shit, and as a grown man, I don't know how you froze. And not even that, how you froze, I think you might have been into it. And I'm gonna give you an example. Shout out to Lil Rod.
I don't know what that is.
Lil Rod was the dude after Cassie. He tried to do his lawsuit, and it was like, he was like Diddy was doing some wild shit. Crazy enough, Lil Rod produced some joints on the Red album, the last one, and he never got paid.
Oh wow.
Right? Lil Rod, my brother, you a black man, so I don't want to do this to you. But in my immature state, if y'all are in the studio and Diddy say, "Yo, come record in the shower," and you unplug the mix.
Yeah. I mean,
no, Mike. He unplugs the studio, goes and unplug it in the shower, like in the bathroom, which is
that
Mike,
safe?
Thank you. Diddy's walking around naked. And y'all recording music.
Diddy's too horny because I don't think that's safe for anybody.
And you go, I just noticed that a hand was on the thumb of my ass.
What?
Like I said, it was a lot of shit in here. I go, all right, bro. To the assistant at the end. First of all, if you just really want to get the gist of this story, just go to the last episode. That's the best one. That's
all right, I'll check out the last episode.
The last episode, which let me know that Diddy's done.
That would be like if Tiana Trump was like, all right, come in the shower and record. And I'd be like, Tiana, like, it's electrical wires. I can't record in the shower.
I don't know what.
Would love to be here with you.
We couldn't record this podcast in the bathroom. So because of electrical issues, I can imagine.
That is insane. That is too horny.
Too horny. And then he was like, it was a regular occurrence that Diddy just walk around naked. And it's like, how many occurrences do you got to realize, like, all right, bro,
I don't want to be here when you naked.
I don't want to be here at all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true. I don't want to be here at all.
To the assistant, and this is, let me tell you something. Y'all gonna stop pulling the R. Kelly on me. Y'all gonna stop pulling the Bill Cosby on me of y'all being complicit in illegal activities and only one person fall. Because the number one reason why I stopped watching the R. Kelly doc is when I watched grown women tell me they was involved in having sex with minors and they never did jail time.
That's insane.
And, and I understand Forrest, all blah, blah, cool. You can use all the trigger words you want to. I stopped watching the doc because I felt like more than one person should have been going to jail. Whoever's doing the recruitment, grown women sleeping with kids.
Bro, we can't even get the Epstein list. Like,
we never gonna get it.
No, we never gonna get it.
And so
that's
when
Holly weird in a nutshell.
So when I'm talking to men, I'm watching men on this Diddy doc. Oh, my job was to go get people and pick them up and bring them back. That's interesting to me. Yo, bro, you need to find you have some type of responsibility when they're sitting somebody down and this girl wakes up and a month later somebody sends her a text of her being the R word, right? Yo, my man, the same man who picked her up is the same man who dropped her off. Yo, my bro, you got to go do some time. To the woman who was
talk somebody.
To the woman who knew what was
law enforcement.
Yeah, absolutely. To the woman who knew what was going on with Cassie and just, I said nothing. We need to talk to you. You got to come to the front of this congregation as well. And also to the dude at the end who was like, Diddy said, this is my first time meeting Diddy. He was like, I want you to show your loyalty to me. And I walked into a room and just so happened this person consented to you putting your penis in them. And
look,
Mike, come on.
People gotta just own up to their shit.
To their shit.
Yeah, just own up to you.
Now, only way I think, and bruh, I will take back everything I just said about you because I thought that was interesting. I think he gay. So yeah, if I think that he was forced to have sex with this woman, and if you gay and you get forced to have sex with a woman, then I can see why you.
I can see why you.
But he didn't say he was gay. So, but it was a lot of other immature shit I was gonna say in there. A lot of y'all just y'all knew it. Y'all knew what was going on.
But I mean, again, that's the entertainment world in a nutshell. And it's like, that's why I never look at any entertainer. I don't care like who y'all favorite entertainer is. I don't look at them and be like, yeah, that might be a good person. Like it's just probably not. Just probably not a good person.
It's not. And y'all need to stop acting like the whole sushi joint with putting sushi on naked people was like so egregious in these Diddy docs. Y'all keep focusing on that. And that's a real thing that happens.
Yeah, naked sushi is an actual thing. I mean, I've heard of naked sushi parties in Charlotte.
Yeah, they was like trying to stick on that. Oh, another thing, the assistant at the end, he talked about how they called him. They said, "Yo, come clean." The assistant, his job was just to clean up the hotel rooms after Diddy destroyed them with his sex parties, right? And he said one time he went to the tub to drain the tub, thinking it was water, and it was nothing but baby oil.
That is the baby oil thing. Baby oil is not even a great lubricant.
Yeah,
like, and Diddy should know that as a very wealthy man. Yeah. Like, so the baby oil thing is throwing me off because there's way better oils than baby oil.
When I tell y'all, I laughed. It was a lot of stuff. My wife was like, "This funny." Yeah. I'm like, this nigga unplugged the studio and took it in the bathroom, and Diddy put his hands on his ass, and he went back to work the next day. Now he on here crying and shit. I'm not. Sorry.
Look, there are power dynamics. People have jobs. People have to pay for stuff. I mean, I probably draw the line at anything that's not heterosexual. So
yeah,
but
oh, bro, one of the white dudes in there, he said we was shooting something for MTV with Diddy, and there was the show that they had before making the band that Diddy was trying to do. And he was like, our first production meeting, we meeting Diddy at his place. Diddy walks down, robe undone, butt naked. And he made it seem like he never saw Diddy after that. He's like, I never went to his house. Mind you, it was a white man, older. He was like, no, I'm done.
I mean, that's where I would be, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I went there and I didn't like something, I mean, I just wouldn't go back. And I would still just send shit over emails. And like, if they ever asked me like, yo, why you don't come back? I'd be like, hey man, like I'll meet you out. But I was uncomfortable at your place.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Before we get up out of here, I know we got some other shit to get to. Hold on.
And that lasted 5 years. What made it in? Being a child, she told me at the time she had been with somebody that was a friend of mine previously. I couldn't see past it. So my idea of love, I put this like princess state on her. How could my princess be so vulnerable to this dragon? I probably wish I approached it a little differently and understand that everybody is human. But what I needed to see myself hadn't been broke down yet. Could you be with a woman that had been with your friend? It all depends. If I don't know him like that, baby. You understand what I'm saying? Now, these days, baby, you're a grown woman. What you did before me is not my business, and I tell everybody that Mrs. Whiteley is currently being curated, cooked up. You know what I'm saying? She's an air fryer, right?
Ask a Black Dad, brought to you by NoGrease Barbershop Premium in Northlake. Could you date a woman that used to date your friend? And I'm saying the word friend. Don't give me no associate.
Yeah. And that was the Dear Wifey podcast for Latoris.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm not dating anybody that dated one of my boys. Like, no, not seriously. Now, we'll not say. And here's the thing: I don't think I ever have, and I don't think I would. But not to say I wouldn't, right? Like, it wouldn't smash. Is what I'm saying. But like to date, like, no, I'm not dating anybody that dated one of my boys because for one, I know these dudes too well, and like,
yeah, facts. Like, me and my boy was talking about it. It was some. Look at my phone. Yeah. Me and my boys talking about some girl, one of my exes, and trying to talk to the homie, and I was like, "Cool, two goofies."
But this is why I hate
two goofies.
This is why I hate when like these type of podcasts. And look, I like Dear Wifey podcast.
Yeah.
But if you know Latour's stories and the way that he has dealt with women, most masculine men have never dealt with women in that fashion, right? And I mean in a negative way, right? Even though he's matured now. And he has this podcast, but it caters and it panders.
Love it.
Right? And so and it's like every time I see these, and then you have this guy that come on there, because he said a lot of other stuff too. And it's like, he's like, yo, she's getting cooked up right now. Like, yeah, I would, right? Like that's pandering. Because for one, it's not just me being with her, right? It's also me respecting my friendship with that guy.
Absolutely.
Right? And having a loyalty as a friend to that individual, right?
Facts.
And them also hopefully having a loyalty back to me, right? So it's more than just like, I'm considering your past, right? It's one of those things where it's just like, well, no, like, even if y'all not together, right? Like, you're married, right? But when you break up with somebody and you might not like that person, you don't want to see them with somebody that you know.
Facts.
Right? You don't want to see them in front of you every day.
Facts.
So the idea that, you would go and do that to a friend, right? Like, you would not care about my feelings and be like, well, I'm gonna grab your chick because she bad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab your chick because she
goofy.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, that's goofball behavior, bro.
It is goofball behavior.
And he over here saying it like it's the coolest thing in the world. She getting cooked up. Yeah, she getting cooked up, bro.
She getting rolled up.
She getting rolled up.
Flipped
Yeah,
everything.
and she gonna get delivered to you one day, right? And if you want to be proud of that, be proud of it. I'm not saying that, but to say you do that to your boy, you was never a friend at all.
Absolutely. And that's how I be looking at it. And for me, it's like, let's not act like when you going through this thing, when the woman approaches you, it ain't like you and her got so much history that now like we didn't fell into and we developed.
And
this.
how many conversations we've had that like, yo, the body count question isn't a question that I ask, right?
Yeah.
That your past question isn't really a question I've said on this pod, like, yo, if I meet a chick and like she's too good at a lot of stuff and she know a lot of people, I'll ask, hey, do we need to move?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Do you know how many? First of all, like everybody know me. If you dated me, you've dealt with me. We be talking about these niggas because I be laughing.
Yeah, so
I laugh. So my thing is, I'm never gonna talk to a girl that used to talk to my boy. Because I already know you.
Yeah.
If this is my boy, then I know you.
I know you already.
And so if I'm approaching you, I'm not approaching you on never. I've never seen a dude and be like, yo, I gotta be that nigga Eskimo brother. Come on.
I gotta date his ex.
I gotta date his ex. It's like, yo, because by the time I got to you, me and my boy had maybe spoken about you. Because at one point in time, you was just a girl he was trying to holler at.
Exactly.
And he gave up some information.
And at some point in time, you were the girl that broke his heart.
Absolutely.
Right?
And I got that information.
And
then maybe you have matured. Maybe he has moved on. And I'm just still like, it's nothing about you that's such this halo effect on that I gotta have you.
Now, we talk about 50 years later. Now, I'm not talking about like, yo, at
Goose.
65.
I'm calling everybody Goose.
Yeah, you might.
Mike
be right.
knows I hold grudges.
Yeah, Gavin do hold great. At 65, if you dated my boy at 22, I might not give a damn. All right.
Yeah, because I can't get it up no more anyway. So I can't touch
I'm
it.
still getting it up at 65.
You
Bro.
might have a Diddy pack. They talk about the Diddy pack in there.
You ain't got to get a Diddy pack. Just go to the doctor. Doctor will prescribe you Cialis or Viagra.
That was part of the Diddy pack.
Hey, but,
it was.
Hey, man, they doing too much. Too horny.
Too horny. Sports, before we get out of here, the NBA trades is here. Your boy LeBron got Luka.
Luka can't play the defense. I'm not going to help.
LeBron ain't playing no defense. Luka ain't playing no defense. They just gonna let everybody score.
It'll be exciting to watch, but yeah, it's like neither guy plays in the defense. So.
Yeah, it was a shock. I thought Baraka was lying. I thought the other group chat I was like, these niggas lying.
Yeah,
Luka's
I mean, and that's the thing. I think Luka, we see him because he's 25 years old, but I mean, let's be honest, man. Luka is pudgy.
Luka is pudgy, and he's not any 25-year-old. He's been playing professional ball since he was 14.
Yeah, and like the European players, man, they don't really I think Joker was just that good, but I don't think Joker cares if he wins the NBA championship or not.
No.
Like most of the European players, I don't think Luka cares. I think Luka's like, yo, I'm rich as hell. Yeah. And whenever I go back to, I think he's from Serbia or is it Slovenia? I forget. Slovenia. Whatever he goes back to, right? Whatever country. This is a geographical miss. This is not a racist miss.
Yeah.
So whichever country he goes back to, I think he's gonna be like, yo, I'm rich as hell. I don't care.
Joker was mad that he had to go to the parade.
Yeah,
he was like, I can't go home and play with my horses.
Exactly. Right. I don't think those guys care.
They don't. And we're gonna see what happened to KD. I guess they saying LeBron gonna stay in LA. I'm interested.
I mean, he got Luka. I mean, it's probably fun basketball.
Yeah, but they ain't winning nothing.
They ain't winning nothing
at all. Who else? Steven
A going in on LeBron about having LeBron's son in the league was disgusting.
I was so mad that day, but then it reminded me Stephen A is exactly who he is.
He's a goofball.
He's a corn.
Yeah, he's a goofball. Like going in on a man. Like first off,
pleading with a man. Let's use his words.
Pleading, right? Like. What father does not use their position to take care of them? Only when black men, people. When we do this, we find it to be some big deal.
Egregious.
Right? Like Donald Trump Jr. flew to Greenland when they were talking about buying Greenland. Right? Like Barron is almost on the staff for Trump. Like every other father does it. Rupert Murdoch's son is running Fox News. Right? Bro. Like you're telling me that there's no one more qualified as a journalist than Rupert Murdoch's son?
Bro.
So to sit here and watch LeBron's son, like, look, maybe he never makes it, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he never makes it. But you know what? He still have the memory of trying.
Yeah.
Right, bro, I give you a good example. Not a good example, but a real life example, right? My son, we put him in little sports, right? Like running, track and field, all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's never played football. I never wanted my son to play football, right? But, a couple of his friends play football.
Yeah.
So he wanted to play flag football, right? So he told his mom, she was like, how you feel about it? I was like, it's flag. Just put him out there, right? So we put him out there, right? My son has never played football before. So, the first time he's out there, he plays, and, he's not good.
Yeah.
Right? He's not good at all,
Yeah.
right? And, as a black dad, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cringe. But, I'm gonna let him struggle through it.
Figure it out.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I can't run out there. I can't give tips. I'm like, I'm gonna let him struggle through it. At the end of the day, I was like, how did you like it? He was just like, he was like, I had fun. But he wasn't sure he wanted to show back up, right?
Yeah.
He went back out there the second time, right? He still was not good.
Yeah.
Right? He made a play though.
Yeah.
Right? Broke the play all the way down the field. Like he went out of bounds, but all the way down the field, right? Then he was excited. So he was like, hey, Dad, I want to practice. He was like, can you throw the football to me, right?
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever said, okay, we're going to go out and run drills now, right?
Yeah.
And now he's better, right? But as a father, I had to watch my son not be good and not say anything, right? So he could learn it on his own.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the part that pisses me off about Stephen A. Smith, because when you make kids with women and you don't raise those kids, you never really understand that sometimes you got to watch your kid struggle or fail or succeed. But whichever answer, they get to see it for themselves. If running is never good, I'm pretty sure at some point his dad is going to be like, hey, you going over there to work with Rich Paul, right?
Yeah, facts.
Like, this is where you're going. Like, you gave it a good run, bro. You're 24 in the G League.
You good.
Yeah, go over here and work with Rich Paul. But for right now, give it a try, son.
Bro, my problem with Stephen A. Smith is I know what you're doing. Stephen A. Smith has went out his way to say, I want what Pat McAfee has.
Yep.
He has made that clear. Stephen A. Smith has made that clear that, hey, when in my renewal, I want ESPN to buy my show, to give me what Pat has, or say, you can go sell your show. And he said, because they have first right refusal. Yeah. And so when you do that, I know that your show is, that bullshit show you have is nothing but
it's not good.
It's not good because and a lot of these dudes ain't good. This is why, and I hate using Elliott Wilson, especially with the Stephen A. Smith part, because Stephen A. Smith is actually a journalist. Yeah. But this is why I get when Elliott Wilson be like, yo, it be non-journalist people in here doing journalist type things, and it's just not whatever. But we live in a world, this is when, Elliott, you become a hater because something makes people tune into them.
But Stephen A. doesn't hold a position, right? Like the dude, Donald Trump was in office 1 week, and he's over there. I'm embarrassed that I voted for Kamala.
Yeah. Oh, no. So this is what I'm trying to get at. Every time Stephen A. Smith gets on his own personal show, it's I need clickbaits, I need views, I need because that's the only thing ESPN is gonna care. They don't care that you Stephen A. They want to see them stats and say, all right, how many ads can we sell off of this? So he got to do whatever it takes. So he's willing to sell out anybody.
And that's the thing. He's willing to do whatever it takes. And it's like, I can't respect that.
And I can't respect it because it comes at the hands of black people.
Bruh, I was just about to say, he only does this to black men.
Because it's the only time he's pulling the Candace Owens on us just in a nicer way. So then when we do this, then you already been telling us on your main show.
Yep.
That y'all was forced to move to ESPN1 because of Skip. And y'all was forced to do that because Skip and Shannon was creeping on y'all ass. That's what people don't want to talk about. They was on ESPN2 coming on at noon until Skip said, all right, we got the formula over here. I made this show. I can make it. I can do it again, right? And so you come over here, and I'm happy that y'all on ESPN1 because y'all should be. Yeah. But you come over there, and you start just doing performative stuff. These motherfuckers are performers. At the end of the day. So I'm not shocked that Stephen A. Smith gets on there. I'm pleading to you, LeBron, as a father, as a black. Come on. The same man who told us, hey, I don't like y'all wearing hoods because y'all remind white people of Trayvon Martin. That until you apologize for that, I'm never taking you serious again.
Stephen A. Smith loves nothing more than to
himself.
Himself, and to bang on black men and hope that someone white comes and pats him on the head. It's disgusting behavior.
It is disgusting behavior. Who is calling me? Oh, this is spam. Who is this? What's next? Oh, Colorado, DGPA.
Yeah, hey, big up to Deion Sanders for not only, turning around the University of Colorado program, right?
Facts.
But also the football team had the highest GPAs that they've ever had in the history of Colorado.
You graduated with 3.0?
Who, did I?
Yeah, from college?
Just at 3.0.
Oh, I definitely did.
Like, it was like 3.01. Like, just.
My shit definitely
My
had a
grad
2 in
school was
front of it.
3.5, though.
Mine is definitely a 2.7 something.
It don't matter. So long as you get the degree. But,
they tell you in computers, yo, it don't matter what you get.
Yeah.
Like, just get out of here. You have a job.
Big ups, man. Everybody that bangs on Deion, like, the dude is doing it all over.
He is. He keeps doing it. That's what I need y'all to get.
Yeah.
He keep doing it.
The guy's a great football coach. He's a great football coach.
He's a great man for what we know.
Yeah, for what we know. I mean, yeah, we're not talking about Deion to whatever stuff he does off the field. But as a football coach, like, yo, the guys are really. But you know what though? Again, right? That's a black man thing, right? Because like, who says like, yo, what did Nick Saban do off the field?
No,
who says
nobody.
What Bill Belichick does off the field? Bill Belichick's dating a 23-year-old.
Yeah.
Right. You know, no one says. No one says it. But it's like, yo, if Deion was dating a 23-year-old, like it's some chick that's playing ball, and I was following her, and then I saw Deion follow her, and I think I had dropped in the group chat. I was like, Deion knows ball.
Yeah, you did. Hey, Baraka said they want to have kids with these women. Baraka, that's the worst take you. Until you apologize to me for that take, I'm going to remind you.
That is not what I said. And I do not care about age gap day, but that is not what I.
Super Bowl this weekend.
I'm pulling against the Chiefs.
There's a football game while Kendrick Lamar is performing, like before it and afterwards.
Don't start that. Don't start that.
Super Bowl. Who you got? Chiefs versus the Eagles.
I'm going for the Eagles, man. I hate that I'm pulling for the Eagles, but I am so sick of the Chiefs. I hate the fucking Chiefs, man.
I want Jalen Hurts and Saquon to win, and Devontae. However,
which just probably means Pat Mahomes is probably a freaking shoe-in now for
absolutely
a three-peat. Oh my!
But I ain't gonna lie. If Pat win, I ain't mad at it. Like,
I'm really not mad at MAGA Pat, but
I really want Jalen to get it.
I just don't want the Chiefs to get a three-peat. And here's the thing. I like Andy Reid as a coach. I liked it when he was at Philly. Y'all talked all this shit about it. I told y'all the guy was a good coach. Mm-hmm. And, he's doing what it takes right now. And it's like, yo, I'm happy for Andy Reid. I'm happy for, like, Andy Reid always gave brothers a shot. Always gave brothers a shot at quarterback. And, like, he made them better, right? Like, Mike Vick looked legit with Andy Reid for 2 years, man. Absolutely. So, Pat Mahomes, he saw him. He went after him. He kicked Alex Smith to the curb. So it's like, Donovan McNabb, option quarterback. So it's like, yo, I rock with Andy Reid. So it's like, I'm not pulling against Andy Reid. I am sick of the Chiefs, though. They beat my Niners twice. I'm sick of my Niners.
And they do
John Lynch.
That Tom Brady argument gone. I'm sorry. You got to win a bunch more, but it's getting bad.
It's getting up there. So all that being said, I'm pulling for the Eagles. Obviously, I respect the Chiefs, but I'm pulling for the Eagles.
Absolutely. Justin Tucker. I understand why you missed all them field goals now.
Yeah, he wasn't getting rubbed down the way he needed to get rubbed down.
I want to say this to all men. If you go into the rub shop, if you want to get jerked off during the massage, you got to go to the rub shop. You can't go to the med spa.
You can't go to the regular massage.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you got to go to the rub spot. And, and here's the thing, bro. Like, bro, you can pay for this. Like, you don't have to be weird about it.
He just signed an extension.
And he makes a lot. He's like the highest paid kicker, ain't it?
Of like all time.
Like what do you make? Like $5 million a year?
I think in the it averages out. I want to say to like 7. It's something crazy.
That's insane. Like, bro. You can pay to get rubbed off.
But some people got weird kinks where it's like, I want to go to the random. Like, there's a whole thing. Don't ask me how I know this, but if you go on Reddit, there's a whole thing of people trying to get jerked off on cruise ships at the massage thing, and it's like a whole community of like, how do we get this to happen? And so some people like going into places where they ain't supposed to get some extracurriculars, and they want to do it. So I just don't get Justin Tucker, but it makes sense of why he missing the field goals. Also, like, bruh, you can get this done. You just got to go to the rub shop. Homegirl gonna be in the back, and you got to go back there. And the only reason why
he's made $51 million as a kicker.
That
is insane. His current contract is 4 years, $24 million.
Yeah.
That is insane.
He just resigned. Like, he can get this done. It can go. He can get it to come to his house.
Especially in Baltimore, bro.
Bro, you can get it for the cheap.
They're getting on the low. Like, chill out. And then right around the corner from D.C., which is like the most freakiest city in the world. Bro. I don't know if I won't go there. D.C. is like ridiculously like freaky.
I do think that he's going to reset the rub shop market, though.
These rich guys always mess up the markets when they and do too much.
And I don't know if the reset going to go up or down. I think it's going to go up, but I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not in the rub shop business.
When you take pictures of enough of them, you learn that they doing a lot for a little.
Yeah,
they doing a little for a lot.
So I mean, nothing wrong with a good rub down, but Justin Tucker, stop. Like, go to the rub shop. Especially, you're in Baltimore. I know there's nothing but seedy rub shops all around Baltimore.
Bro, he can get an escort to come in and do a fake massage on him all the time. So you can get the real massage.
Not that he probably don't want.
Why not?
Because you gotta get the massage from a massage person. Like the escort probably not.
Well,
really
he get
good
that
at
from the
massage.
team training facility. So that's my problem right there. You get the real massage at the training
But
facility.
I'm saying you want somebody that like wants to do the work.
Man, them girls at them rubs. Well, I
Man,
guess you go to the med spot.
Yeah, escorts do not want to give massages. Like they
They don't want to do nothing. They just want to be paid. They don't even want to do what you paid them to do. What? They don't want to do nothing.
Yeah, so yeah, you got to pay somebody that wants to be like, you know, a connoisseur of their craft.
Love of the game chicks, man.
Love of the game, boy. Nothing better.
Oh my gosh.
than love of the game.
What you got planned this weekend?
Not much, man. I got camp with kiddo. I'm trying to I don't know, maybe golf on Saturday if the weather's straight. So,
Yeah, it's 73 degrees today in Charlotte, which is disgusting.
It'll be like 33 next week.
And my boy was sick yesterday. I was telling Karina, I'm like, yo, I need a pod tomorrow. Like, we got a pod. We ain't pod. We got to get people what they want. And I'm like, hopefully he ain't sick. Woke up. He was straight.
Yeah.
I got the kid that when he's sick, he still act like he ain't sick, which is a problem. Like, so I wake up, I be excited. I'm like, oh, he ready to go.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, your fever 103.
Oh, my goodness.
You can't go nowhere.
Yeah, you can't go nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. I think Valentine's Day next weekend.
Yeah,
So I think
I'm
I'm
at the Super Bowl. Might as well take it easy,
yeah.
man.
Kendrick.
Kendrick
Day.
Kendrick Day. Go out on the Super Bowl. Gav think I don't like Kendrick. It's not I don't like
I ain't
Kendrick.
say nothing. I just stared at you. I could tell what you don't like. And y'all think Drake finna do some shit. Drake, I think you still in Australia. I don't think Kendrick is gonna sing Not Like Us. I do think them horns and the HBCU band gonna come out there and play that shit. And I think the whole crowd is gonna scream A minor, but that's that. I did laugh before we get out of here. How did you feel about the audience at the Grammys and Dr. Dre high-fiving Lucian at A minor?
I mean, I think that proves what Drake said, right? I had watched 50. 50 was talking to, I think, Wallow and what's the other guy? Gilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just saying that, like, he was like, everything that Drake's accusing him of is true. But he was like, but they've also did that exact same thing for Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, they doing exactly what Drake's saying.
And
doing. That's
also,
how he know, right?
Yeah, well, 50 knows because 50's favorite thing is he said he told Drake when he was younger, he said, they're going to try to destroy you. They do it to all of us.
Yeah.
And he was like, 50, I think 50 said the only person he saw escape that was Jay-Z and he retired.
Yeah.
He said what happens is you get so big and they be like, all right, we got to bring you back down. So we destroy you. So 50, you think they use Kanye to get him up out of there. They use Drake to get Kanye up out of there. Now they using, with Kendrick. But the funny part is Kendrick and Drake, their careers lengths are about the same.
Yeah.
So both of them going to exit at the same time. So it's now my thing is we saw Kanye and 50 together. We saw Drake with Kanye. We don't see who's the next star that's going to be there, but I think I really think, and I say this, I really think they about to start using AI and getting y'all artists up out of here.
I think AI is gonna be part of it. I also think that music as a production is dying.
Oh yeah,
right. So I think you will always have like old songs, right, and old music. But I think like moving forward, I think that the genre of hip hop is dead. I think that's why you have kill rap right now. Is because it's the end. No one really cares, right? Like the ship is going down. So, the next person it probably won't be a rapper per se.
Yeah.
It's probably going to move more into pop. Because I think pop is always going there. People always want to make happy music, right? Like, it's the reason why Happy Birthday is like the biggest song ever, right? The whole world knows, right? It's a happy song, right? Yeah. That's celebrating something. So I think you're always going to have this pop type music. But I think the ideal of rap, I mean, every genre has experiences, right? Like country music experienced it, right? Right? People forget country music had went down to the point that it re-exploded in the 90s. People forget this, right?
Well, like, Beyonce just made it explode again.
I'm not getting in a fight with two parts of the internet with this comment that you're trying to do.
Look, Beyonce,
black women and bigoted white men. Those two right there never tire on the internet. 4chan and my sisters, bruh.
Beyonce, once Lil Nas X came up there and did what he did, I said, oh, they ain't never letting another. And I don't know what Shabuzi, you keep hanging around. They finna move you there. I got Kane Brown up out of there. They making him the Hispanic Post Malone now.
Good Lord.
Like he basically do that.
Where is your boy Lil Nas X at now?
I don't know, man. Lil Nas X, you know what?
He just disappeared. You just mentioned a name and I was like, dang.
Well, Lil Nas X,
dude in a minute.
Remember, he was never an artist. He's one of those comedians online who made a funny song and the music industry was like, we got to give you a contract and make you do that. So he was never that. His family wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
I think like his mom is on drugs. Not trying to be funny, but
Yeah.
it's like a known thing. His mom, and he's not, so I think it's one of those things where the entertainment industry is like, all right, we don't have to do artist development no more.
Imagine becoming popular and like music isn't your passion off
Bro,
of music.
that
would suck.
sucks.
Yeah, that would suck. I mean, Tyler's another one though. Tyler was a TikToker basically.
Yeah.
And then, music industry came in. But I think she likes to dance. So
Yeah,
the
she
music
likes
part
that.
is
But
good.
Lil Nas X was not, he had nothing in the tuck. That's what makes me laugh.
Yeah.
It's like he had nothing in the tuck, and that's a double entendre in itself. But sorry. When I try to end a pod, we just gotta start ending pods. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get out of here.
But yeah, but look, we're gonna holler at y'all. Be sure to send this. If you like this, send this to 3 people right now. Please do me that solid. Just send them the segment that you love.
Exactly.
Go to Spotify, hit the timestamp, the share button, hit the timestamp that you like, and just send it.
Yep. Do that.
Do that, and we're gonna holler at y'all next time.
Holla at your boy.
Good shit.